Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kami and I am a part-time clothing fashion reseller on the app Poshmark. And that means that I buy clothing, shoes, and accessories for cheap and I flip them online for a profit on the side. I do have a normal full-time 9-to-5 job and this is just something that I enjoy doing. I love thrifting, love garage selling, love all of that, and I found a way that I can make money from doing it. So if you are interested in reselling type content like this type of video, what sold, thrift hauls, tips and tricks, all of that sort of content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification while you're there. That way you just get notified every time that I put out a new video. So, not so spoiler alert, I did not put out a what sold video for the second half of May and it is now the middle of June. So we are just going to do a real quick recap of my final numbers for May. Nothing the second half of the month sold that was just like really crazy. And so I'm going to get back on track. So we are going to go over May's final numbers as well as what sold June 1st through the 4th. And then in a few days, I will put out a video for this previous week and then we will be back on track, fingers crossed. And so we're gonna go ahead and get into our sales. Okay, like normal, I have my iPad here because I put all this out because I cannot remember anything. So for May's final numbers, May actually ended up being my highest profited month ever. So I think April was my highest month and then I also surpassed that in May and I'm actually on track to surpass May in June. So this is really exciting for me. It's telling me that my business is growing and what I am doing is working. So in May, I sold a total of 109 items. My gross sales, meaning just what they sold for without any fees or anything taken out, was $2,160. So that means my average sale price was $19.82, really close to $20. My net profit, meaning what I sold minus any Poshmark fees, any shipping discounts, and cost of goods of those items, my net profit was $1,421.30, which is really exciting for me. My average profit per item was $13.04, so of course a little bit lower just because we are taking out those fees, but it's really exciting for me to see month over month growth. So then June 1st through the 4th, I did have only a few sales. June started off really busy for me, so I didn't share that often, and Poshmark has been hinting at a new bulk sharing option, which is very interesting to me. I was thinking about like hiring somebody to do my sharing, but we'll see what Poshmark comes up with. So June 1st, I sold 2 items. First was this set of Nike sports bras. One was pink and one was blue. Now I picked these up on my Dallas thrifting trip and I have the bins haul that I'll list up here somewhere in case you want to watch that video, but I did pick up this set and they were the same size. I was going to lot them together anyway, but I realized when I got home the Nike swoosh on the front had cracking and on both of them. So I still went ahead and listed them, but I did take an offer of $13. My cost of goods was 95 cents for both of them at the bins. I think what I did was when I averaged out my bins, I just counted those as one item. So my profit ended up being $9.10 on the 2 items, but they sold the same day I listed them, which actually shocked me because I didn't think they'd sell that quickly. The second item to sell on the first was this Magellan blue long sleeve fishing shirt. It sold for $11. My cost of goods was 63 cents at the bins, and so my profit ended up being $7.42, and it took 152 days to sell. June 2nd, I sold 3 items. First was this Lane Bryant cold shoulder floral top. It sold for $14. My cost of goods was $5.49 at Goodwill, so it was definitely a higher priced item as far as cost of goods, but I picked this up when I first started reselling, not really super knowing what I was doing, and so I've had this for quite a while and I wanted to go ahead and get rid of it. So my profit ended up being $5.56 and it sold in 314 days. I also sold this torrid brown pair of cargo shorts. They sold for $17. My cost of goods was $4.49 at Goodwill, so my profit was $9.11. I love selling toward bread and butter for me, and it sold in 27 days. And the final item I sold on the second was this pair of Madewell high-rise alley straight jeans. They sold for $21. My cost of goods was only $4 at a Salvation Army, and so my profit ended up being $12.80, and it took 175 days to sell. June 3rd, I sold 2 items. First was this Trina Turk, so it was like the lower line of Trina Turk purple dress. It sold for $16 with a $1.50 shipping discount. My cost of goods was only $2 at a local consignment store, and so my profit ended up being $9.30, and it took 164 days to sell. And the other item that I sold that day was this Patagonia orange racerback tank top. It sold for $20. My cost of goods, I attributed $0 for because I did purchase it at a local consignment store. However, I used credit that I had there already. So when I do that, I just attribute $0 cost of goods. So my profit ended up being $16, and it sold in only one day. I love finding Patagonia. And finally, June 4th, I sold 7 items. So it was a bigger sales day for me, and 2 of those items were in a bundle. So that 2-item bundle was this Rampage pink polka dot slip. I got it at the bins, and it took 171 days to sell. I like picking up lingerie at the bins, but I want to be more particular about the brands that I pick up. And then also this Smart and Sexy hot pink, and I mean hot pink, it was bright, slip, and I got it at the bins the same day that I got the other slip, so it also took 171 days to sell. I sold this pair of Vionic Matira, M-A-T-I-R-A, that was the style name, ballet flats. They sold for $32 with a $1.50 shipping discount, and my cost of goods was only $3.74 at Goodwill. My profit ended up being $20.36, and it took 14 days to sell. Then this was an exciting sale for me. I sold this Lululemon black race pace setter skirt. It sold for $67. My cost of goods was $9.99. I did pay up for this at my local Goodwill. They are starting to recognize the Lululemon logo, and so they are marking those items up. And so my profit was $43.61, and it sold in 3 days. So I am particular about the Lululemon items I pick up because they are marked up. If they're just a really basic piece of like leggings or a tank top and it's marked up, I won't. But this one actually was only marked up to $9.99, and so I felt after looking at comps that I could sell it, and I made a great profit. Next, I sold this Athleta red threadlight layering tank top. I like to pick this one up because it was a tall size. I believe it's an extra large tall. And so I sold it for $20. My cost of goods was only $3.49 at Goodwill, and so my profit was $12.51, and it sold the same day that I listed it. And the final item for this what sold video was this Lululemon black and white tennis skirt. Very similar to the other skirt, however, this one I could not find the style name, so that could be part of the reason why that it took a little bit longer to sell and it didn't sell for quite as much, but it still sold for $38. My cost of goods was only $4.50 at Goodwill. This one they had not marked up, and so my profit ended up being $25.90, and it sold in 22 days. So for the 1st through the 4th, I sold 13 items. My gross sales was $279. My average sale price was at $21.46, and I did have a few higher sales at the end of this time period, so that really helped my average. My net profit was $177.46, so my average profit per item was $13.65. Like I said, we are at this point when I'm filming this halfway through June, so I've seen what the first half of June looks like, and it has been amazing. So I am really hoping for a good rest of the month. But look forward to the next What Sold video that I will have coming out, which will get us caught up, hopefully, to where I should be on my What Sold videos. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up on your way out, and I will see you in my next one.